Our next game here is Tricky Time Crisis, which is another must-not-follow game, so I guess I shouldn't have followed that, but...
Followed one with a mic.
Look,
this is embarrassing.
I'm an enigma. Tricky Time Crisis is a little bit more complex than Potato Man, which we just covered, and one of the most unique things I think about this game is that one player in the trick is going to be playing as the bad guy. Right, Dr.
Tricky Time.
Dr. Tricky Time, and the other players are going to be heroes, and that's going to change throughout the round. Maybe this turn Chris is the bad guy, maybe next turn I am. It's just based on a suit of a card, right? And what you're trying to do if you're the bad guy is have a higher value than the combined value of the heroes.
Yeah, it's interesting because as you mentioned, it's a must not follow. So you lead green hero, someone plays yellow hero. I can play purple, the villain card, and be like, ooh, so far those two cards you played are pretty low. Right. I think I can beat it with this purple. And then the last person plays their red card, and it's a really high one.
Yeah.
The collective hero sum beats my purple card.
Right.
That's a really interesting thing. And like as you mentioned, it's not one player is the villain the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just kind of mixed in. So next round, you might play the villain purple suit.
Right.
It's a fun shifting dynamic.
It is. It's neat. And it almost creates a sense of semi-cooperative, but that changes every trick, right? It's like semi-cooperative. Yeah, because on this trick, in this trick, I may want Chris to do well with me because then we'll defeat, But on the next trick, he's the bad guy, and so now I'm cooperating with, Camilla or whoever it is that we're playing with. So I think that's neat. That is really neat, and the fact that you can kind of the different heroes kind of have different things going on, and you can change out and be a different hero. It's neat.
Yeah, there's one special card per hero.
Right.
Otherwise, the suits are very, very simple.
Sure.
And so, just this one card has this one special effect. Yeah. Not too hard to explain.
No. Because
the core of this game is not hard.
Right.
But it's an odd concept up front.
Yes.
The idea that, 3 of the cards will be on the same team. Oh, which 3 of us are in a team? Well, that's not defined until...
the cards are played.
Until the cards are played.
Right.
And then the next trick, it's undefined again.
Exactly.
And so it does a lot of the same things that you can tell the inspiration from games like Potato Man with the must not follow. Your hand could end early.
Yes.
If the only card not played out yet is yellow. I don't have yellow. I reveal my hand. Sorry, guys, the round's done now. But this also has a very fun thing with the scoring cards. If you've played David versus Goliath, it has that same kind of idea of every time that you win a trick, you can collect cards from the middle, put them face up in front of you for scoring. You want to not have multiple of the same suit because if I have the 14 in red, that's worth 14 points. I'm making up the number. I can't remember,
Sure.
But if I have multiple reds, they're only worth a few points each card.
Right.
And so that's a huge bummer.
It really is, yeah.
So you talked about that semi-co-op type of a thing going on where sometimes you're like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually making the heroes lose this round.
Right, because I don't want that card. That's very true, yeah.
So, I think that this one works really well.
I'm giving my score first because we've had the same score in the last 2, and so I want to make it look like I'm giving this a 7.5. This is a game that I think is very, very clever, and it's one that I happily play and happily recommend. I do think that it has a little bit more of a limited appeal than something like Potato Man because I would not play this with people that are not terribly familiar with trick-taking games. I think it would be a step too far for people that are not familiar with trick-taking games. So that's really the one thing. But again, I still think it's a very solid design. 7.5. I'm
going to give this one an 8.
All right, good. So we have a different score.
I think it's really clever. But like you said, some of that cleverness comes at the expense of being as smooth of a teach. But if you want something that's different. This is certainly different. I think it shines for that. So an 8 out of 10, a very good score, and a 7.5. So Tricky Time Crisis getting a seal of approval. Let's keep moving on.